You're listening to the Manage My Home podcast, the podcast for property owners who would like help with their rental properties. This show is based on the RPM WV Phoenix team's experience in leasing and managing homes and will give you useful advice and tips to succeed with your rental property. And now, from Phoenix, Arizona, here is Lisa from RPM WV Phoenix.
Hi, this is Lisa, and thank you for joining me for our June's podcast. Today we're going to be looking at the 85024 zip code and the Arizona Heights subdivision, which is in Phoenix. And we're going to be looking at the rental statistics from 2014 to 2017. So the 85024 zip code is going to be this pink red area here on the map. It's going to be bordered by 7th Street, Cave Creek, Union Hills, and then into this recreational area here. It is a great area in North Phoenix. It's right up the 101, very close to the 51, also close to the I-17. And then specifically, the Arizona Heights subdivision is going to be within this area here. So this is going to be your Union Hills and Cave Creek are going to be your major cross streets there. So that's going to be kind of down right in this area here. And so Real Property Management Phoenix, what we did is we compiled data using the multiple listing systems. And our top box here is going to represent the Arizona Heights subdivision from the years of 2014 to 17. And then the bottom box is going to be the 85024 zip code as a whole between 2014 and 17. This is a pretty small area. It's a pretty small neighborhood, obviously, so you can see that's why there's a pretty small number of properties that rent. But it's nice to kind of dig deep into these into these zip codes and pick out specific subdivisions just to give you a little bit of a flavor of a real specific area. So across the board, of course, you're going to see the number of available properties fall in both. You're going to see the increase in rent in both as well. And then you're going to see the days on market as well too in the last column here. So what you're going to find is that the Arizona Heights subdivision, that rental increase over the years has been right around 23%, which is a nice increase over those years. As opposed to the 85024, it's only seen an 11% increase. And then the other interesting thing is the Arizona Heights days on market were relatively consistent and much shorter than the zip code as a whole, as you'll see here. And then you can see that in 2017, the average days on market was only 4 days for Arizona Heights. So they're both really great areas to consider buying rental properties in. And then we always do just a little bit of information about the zip code. We give a population count. 33% of the zip code is renters, and there's slightly more males that live in this area than females. So again, this is a really great area in North Phoenix, very close proximity to 3 of our major highways. And now something that we started on our last podcast is answering questions from our viewers. This question is pertaining to pet deposits. So we had someone reach out to us and ask about non-refundable pet deposits. Their question was they took a $300 non-refundable pet deposit. If there are damages beyond that, their interpretation was that they could not use the regular security deposit to cover damages beyond the $300. So our interpretation is that you can, because that security deposit in total is put down for damages to the property as a whole. So even if you took a $300 non-refundable, but there's more damages than that from the pet, you could use some of the refundable security deposit towards those damages, is how we interpret that part of the statutes. And one thing that we always recommend, because this was another piece of their question, they didn't think that they needed to show the non-refundable security deposit on the tenant's security deposit disposition. So we always suggest, and we always show the non-refundable on the security deposit dispositions, just because sometimes tenants tend to forget which part was refundable and which part was non-refundable. So to be safe, we say to show it all on the disposition. So we appreciate you listening, and tune into us next month. Thanks.